accessible only by airplane, boat, and snow machine. I was 12 years old when INCSA was enacted. I am now 48 years old. It has been 36 years, and we are still fighting for our village today. My Aunt Flora initially was the one to tell our community about INCSA, telling us that we qualified and made sure that we registered for INCSA. At that time, you needed only 25 people to be a village. The BIA determined we had 37 natives properly enrolled to our village. Our lands are rich in fish and wildlife and natural resources. Because of this, in our close proximity to Anchorage, Alaska, there was much interest in our lands. Soon after, ANCAB happened, and a hearing was held to respond to the protests of our land. At that time, a number of our villagers were not called to testify. In fact, my dad, who was vice president at that time, who is a captain for Wien Air Alaska, had just gotten off a flight and returned home when he got the call to come in and testify. He ran straightway in his flight uniform. They put him on the stand, unprepared, as he testified. Shortly thereafter, ANCAB came back with this decision after a secret proceeding was held and determined that there were only 22 natives enrolled to Alexander Creek. As soon as we found this out, we protested and put up a petition for them to reopen so our people could testify. Now these people, many of them were my aunts, my uncles, cousins, and friends, and they are a part of us, and they still are a part of us today. And that is why I'm here, to make sure you hear our story. ANCAB's reason for not allowing these people that they took off our rolls to be part of Alexander Creek was that they did not testify. Well, they were never invited, and they did not know about that hearing at that time. When ANCAB refused to let our village testify in this way, this is the way we lost our village status. Our people, that's right, our people, are still with us today. We've received support from everybody we've contacted, Congressman Young's, the Mat-Su Borough, the State of Alaska, Alaska Federation of Natives, Cook Inlet Region villages, and Cook Inlet Region themselves have given us 2 letters of support. And yesterday we were informed, with some concern to us, that they had some current concerns on some of the new language we had drafted, which is not yet, it's a work in progress, and it's not yet available to this committee. So we contacted them immediately and were able to resolve these issues, and we look forward to working with SERI and to their continuing support. The information that I'm leaving with you today, one of it's the briefing of Alexander Creek. It has a little more details of everything that happened, and a short 7-minute video. This video shows our elders, and they tell their own stories of what happened to them. And I wish, and I'm going to leave this with the committee so that they would be able to see it and be able to see our elders and hear their voice. They have tasked me with this responsibility of making their voices heard. For this purpose, I am here. I'd like to thank you very much, Quiana. And at this time, I'd like to also answer to some of the department's questions they had asked earlier. They asked, why did we accept group status? At that time, we were informed that we either take group status or we get nothing at all. Our villages met, and we were told this. We were given no choice. So this is all we knew at the time, so we accepted that. When I became president, the elders came to me and said, Stephanie, how can this happen? And we received things that said that we were a village. Of course we were, and I was a part of it. How can this happen? And I told them I don't know. So that's when 21 years ago, I started on investigating and finding out. I found our information in Paul Curtin's office. I was able to get together with Jim Godstein, who did a wonderful job of going through those papers and letting us know what exactly happened to us. And that is why I'm here in front of you today. Another concern that they asked about, that you had asked, was about the monetary value. At the time when we first did our papers, there was not much land available, and we're hoping in the substitute language that we've been working on to be able to possibly select lands that are now starting to become available, because a lot of the villages and the regions are finishing up on their selections. And we're hoping to work with the state, the federal government, and the Mat-Su Borough on this. And thank you very much.